In the heart of the Sierra Nevada, where the peaks reach toward the heavens and the earth holds secrets that time has yet to reveal, there lies a tale of gold, ambition, and tragedy. A story of two men, bound by destiny, who stumbled upon a treasure so elusive it would haunt the land for centuries. This is another story of the lost cement gold mine, a legend whispered by winds through the canyons and passed down through the fires of countless campfires. Join us as we journey back to 1857, when the American West was untamed, and every man's destiny was written in the soil of the land. Through danger, dreams, and the call of gold, the lost mine waits. It's time to uncover the secrets that have long been buried in the wild heart of California. Let's journey together. Before we begin, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more Southwest stories. It's very helpful. Relax and enjoy. Picture this. In the year of 1857, the scent of dust and sweat hung heavy in the air as a wagon train made its weary way across the vast expanse of the American West. Among the travelers, two German men, their names lost to time, felt the call of something greater than the promise of gold they'd heard so much about. Tired of the endless, monotonous trek, they decided to strike out on their own, abandoning the wagon train for the unknown. They journeyed eastward through the Sierra Nevada, their hearts set on something grander than a simple settlement. They had yet to know what awaited them at the foot of Mammoth Mountain. After days of trudging through the rugged wilderness, they found themselves near Mono Lake, in what one would later describe as the burnt country, an unforgiving land of cracked earth and jagged peaks. It was here, beside a quiet stream in the shadow of towering mountains, that fate would reveal its hand. They sat down to rest, the weight of the journey pressing on their shoulders. It was in that moment of stillness that the first signs of legend appeared before them. A curious rock ledge of red lava, filled with glistening lumps of gold, cemented together in a way that could only be described as otherworldly. The two men stared at the ledge, their hearts racing in disbelief. The earth itself seemed to have yielded a treasure of untold wealth. The ore, so pure and gleaming, was like nothing they had ever seen. One of the men, a skeptic by nature, laughed nervously, convinced it was a mirage of sorts. The other, however, was a man of conviction, his eyes wide with the glint of certainty. He could see it for what it was, a discovery that could change their lives forever. Without a second thought, he struck the ledge, chipping away at the rock, his hands shaking with excitement. In his arms, he gathered what he could, 10 pounds of gold-laden ore, each lump heavier than the last. The skeptic scoffed, dismissing the find as nothing more than a wild dream, but the believer was undeterred. He had drawn a map of the site, a map that would become the key to unlocking a mythic tale. With heavy hearts, they continued their journey, unaware that one of them would never return to tell the tale. As the days passed, the two men pressed on through the wilderness, but fortune, as it often does, was fickle. The skeptic fell ill, his strength draining from him with each passing mile. The believer, driven by the haunting memory of the gold and the map he had drawn, did what he could to nurse his companion back to health, but it was to no avail. The skeptic passed quietly in the night, his last breath a whisper of regret. The believer, now alone, continued on. He crossed the Sierra Nevada and made his way south, following the winding San Joaquin River toward the mining camp of Millerton. His illness worsened as he traveled, but he pressed on with the singular obsession of returning to that fateful ledge of gold. Yet fate had other plans. In the bustling city of San Francisco, he sought the care of Dr. Randall, a healer who would play an unexpected role in the story to come. Dr. Randall, a man of science and medicine, tended to the ill German with a steady hand. After a thorough examination, the diagnosis came: consumption or tuberculosis, a death sentence in those days. With no family and no means to pay, the German man offered his payment in the form of his remaining gold samples, his hastily drawn map, and the story of a treasure that could make any man rich. Dr. Randall, intrigued by the tale, took the man's story to heart. He shared the knowledge with a few trusted friends, and together they set their sights on the land where the lost cement mine was said to lie. In the spring of 1861, Dr. Randall and his companions arrived in the abandoned ghost town of Monoville, a place nearly forgotten by time. They recruited a handful of miners to aid in their search, and together they ventured out to a quarter section of land near a place known as Pumice Flat. It was here, deep in the eastern Sierra, that they believed the treasure lay hidden, buried in the red rock cement of an ancient ledge. For days, they scoured the land, their hopes high and hearts full of ambition. The landscape around them was unforgiving: sharp cliffs, deep ravines, and desolate stretches of land that seemed to stretch on forever. The miners dug, hammered, and searched, but the elusive mine remained beyond their reach. Yet, as the legend goes, a few men did claim to have found it, discovering gold in the red cement, riches beyond their wildest dreams. But no treasure comes without a price. As word of the discovery spread, the land was flooded with miners, all seeking their fortune. The quiet Paiute Indians, who had long lived peacefully in the area, saw their land invaded by strangers. Tensions boiled over, and the Owens Valley Indian War erupted in 1861. The peaceful Paiute, driven by fear and desperation, began to attack the miners. Two of Dr. Randall's party, men who had allegedly found the cement mine, were ambushed and killed before they could share the location of the treasure. The map, once in the hands of the German, had passed through many hands, and the legend of the lost mine only grew. Yet the exact location of the treasure, the cement mine, remained a mystery, swallowed by time, tragedy, and war. Years turned into decades, and the tale of the lost cement mine was passed down through generations, becoming a story told around campfires and in mining camps alike. In the 1950s, one man's memory brought the legend back to life. A tale from his childhood, of a journey to the mountains near Mono Lake in search of gold, was retold to a new generation. He spoke of the creek, the cave, the mercury bottle, and the gold. But like all great legends, it was shrouded in mystery. The miners who once roamed the hills of Mammoth Mountain were gone, but their story lived on in whispers. And though many had sought the lost cement mine, none had ever returned with the fabled riches. The map, the gold, and the exact location of the treasure remained elusive, a dream that slipped through the fingers of all who tried to capture it. The lost cement mine of Mammoth Mountain still waits, hidden in the dense woods and rocky hillsides, a part of the mythic West. As the years pass and the tale of the lost cement mine fades into the annals of history, the legend remains, etched in the rocks and whispered on the wind. The gold is still there, hidden in the wilderness, waiting for those daring enough to search. Yet, like all great stories of the West, It is a story of both triumph and tragedy, a reminder of the perilous quest for riches in a land that gives little and takes much. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more Southwest stories. It's very helpful. The lost cement mine may never be found again, but its legacy will endure, a testament to the men who sought fortune in the unforgiving wilds of California. For some, the dream lives on, even if the treasure is lost forever.